Hey guys, it's SuperPants39 here, back with another video after a small little break. And today we have something special. We are doing a PB analysis because SuperPants39 he just achieved sub-hour in Super Mario Odyssey, any percent, and with the help of King of the West, King of the East, Conqueror of the North, all those guys. Not really my stroke. Like he didn't really do a lot, but it's not a problem. And today I'm just going to be walking you through my PB. So right now we're starting off with setting up DSTA. So we'll see a little bit later in the run what that's going to do. So you can see I set my time for 00:53. That's gonna when that hits 1 a.m. daylight saving time is going to happen, and the time's going to go ahead an hour, and it's going to be insane. Like I'll show you, like we literally a free moon right there. So you see, start with a pretty optimal cutscene skip here. Yep, that's pretty optimal. Right now it says my PB, well, my PB was 1 hour flat, 1:00:00.783. That's just mental PB. And yeah, enjoy the run, guys. Have a look at what we got here. So you can also see that I'm comparing to this is not my real PB, of course. If it was 59:52, I would never play this game ever again. Some pretty nice rolls going to the triple jump, to the dive, to the quad roll. Now I buffer a spin pound at the cutscene hits, bam, spin pound. Bam, bam, bam. Do the triple jump. A little bit weird angle. Roll boost. Into the spin throw roll cancel. And that's quite a hard strat, you see. You've got to spin the controller, press jump again, dive, and then you first person mode. And the thing, King of the West will tell you that you don't need to go first person mode. You can just roll off the bridge, but I actually say it's like half a second to around a second not going across the bridge. Like first person mode actually makes the bridge come up faster, which I mean back in King of the West time speedrunning this game it was a bit different for him, you know, like he's kind of really old now, so he's not really up with the times. So right now we're going for left side. Let's see if I get it. That's a pretty good left side if I've ever seen one. So right now we're fighting Topper, and this is the first of two, technically three times we're gonna face this guy. So yeah, pretty clean. That's the first bit done. Let's see how the rest of the run goes. So here I do a jump, and then I'm going to spin throw into the wire. Let's see how many coins I have. 12 coins. That's not too bad. Okay. Not too bad. Not too bad. So King of the West will always tell me to shake, but I forgot to shake here. Because when you shake, it actually makes you go like 3 times as quick in the wire. But if I shook, then I probably would be like a 59 4x. 217.83. That is a decent cap for me. That's decent. That's decent. Let's see the cutscene skips. Okay. Those weren't the best cutscene skips in the world, but not the worst. But we take those. We don't reset over that. But the mashing. Now, before spin pounding at the beginning of this kingdom used to be fast. Well, we used to think it was faster, but it's actually slower. So not all spin pounds save time. And the person who taught me that was Fist and Fire. It was one of my motivations to keep running this game. So this is our first found moon out of 124. We're going to get across the rest of the run. Pretty decent. See, now let's see if SuperPants39 goes for DSS. If he did, that would save 9 to 10 seconds. I mean, he probably should. See, skipping the cutscene, doing the mashing. If he spin turns forward, he's not going for it. Oh, wow. So much time saved that he's just not even capitalizing on. What is he doing? But we're mashing into a spin pound cap throw. Of course, that's what we like to see, ladies and gentlemen. Then we're going up here, get the dinosaur. Shout outs to Pierre, the real dinosaur name. This is called Dino Skip. We basically found this at the beginning of the game when it came up. So obviously I meant to just skip that cutscene straight away, but I accidentally pressed plus a little too early and it brought up the pause button. Don't know what I'm doing rolling around here. So now we're defeating Madame Brood. This is my last run of the day, by the way. So we need to get 100 coins by Wooded Kingdom to buy a shot moon. So I'm going to end this fight on not 37, actually a little bit more, because as you can see, when I go and collect the multi-moon, I'm actually going to collect a few more coins. See, look, I'm going to see that I roll cancel and I collect about 4 or 5 coins there. I mean, pretty optimal, if I have to say so myself. And you can always tell what cascade you're going to get, because you look at the timer here. As it fades out, it's going to show 4:31, high 4:31, and it always takes about a minute to leave cascade. So we can see, you can kind of guess what time you're going to get. So probably looking like a 5:31 right here. Maybe 5:30 if I play really well, but probably not. If I went for chest clip, then it would be a 5:30. No chest clip. Fairly solid movement, fairly solid. Into the spin pound, triple roll. Spin through roll, cancel. So yeah, 5:31. Not bad for no DSS, not bad. That's kind of what you should be getting minimum if you're not going for DSS. Which, yeah, take those. Take those. Now, I think this sand that I got, I don't think it was great, to be honest. I think I made a few bad errors, but plan more or less. So 5:31, mid 5:31. That's okay. You can see at the bottom of my splits here, I have comparisons to other people who've gotten sub-hour. TMV Ronta, he got a 59.59, and I'm 5.9 behind his PB because he did DSS. And Uni, they got 59.53. I'm 0.5 ahead of them, so like that's good. They got 59.53. I'm 0.5 ahead of 59.53. Maybe that percentage get 59.53 or even a 59.52. Who knows? We'll see. Let's see. Maybe I don't even get sub-hour. So your cap should return to your head about mid 41 seconds. So that you can tell if that mashing was okay. The mashing was okay. I've gotten maybe the highest 40 in the world or the lowest 41 before. So this is where DSD comes out. You see, I plant the seed. I go up here. Bam. I'm going to go collect the bird moon. And right now the seed is still a little tiny little seed. It's still doing nothing. I go in here. I get in the pipe. And right now, daylight saving times just happened. The clock skipped an hour ahead. And the game thinks we've just gone an hour in the future. But we haven't. We've gone like 10 seconds. So I'm going to go here. The game thinks it's an hour ahead. And the seed's fully grown. Easy moon, boys. Easy moon. Right here, collect a few more coins. That's where we get some more of the coins. Employees only. Just like to roll these. See, spin pounds are not always faster. And before, it's actually more consistent if you just spin pound straight into the door rather than roll cancel. It's more consistently fast. It's not faster, just more consistently fast. Right now, top of this June moon. Let's see if I get it first try. Of course I do. 51 moon grab, that's average. Going into a dive. I wonder where I got all these mistakes from. Okay, going up here. Archway moon. Everyone loves archway. That's 2 or 7. Oh no, technically a 2 or 9, 2-8 moon tick. Almost took damage there. That would have lost me about 4 seconds. Maybe even more because I would have missed dram. Maybe 9 seconds. Setting up dram, throw my cap, leave it there, get the moon, and it's going to capture the bullet bill straight after. This was discovered literally in 2017, 2018 by a player called Dram55, who a lot of strategies were named after Dram55. They're almost bonked, and I would have reset. This whole entire run would have been gone. Going a long jump. This strat's called single bill. You only use one bullet bill. You send it up after dram. You recollect it to get this moon. So this is about 8:16, not 8:16, 10:16 pace. Gonna do 6 rolls here. I didn't mean to do 6, I meant to do 5. That could have been a run killer. This is called reverse jacksy. Saves about 0.8 to 1 second over normal jacksy route. Going to roll cancel right here. I'm going to get a triple throw. I'm going to roll into that moon. And here, we're going to guide the bullet bill all the way to hit the block here. 321 moon grab. Not bad. Not bad. Going to collect the coins on the way. Do I have enough coins? 99. That'll be fine because you basically can get 4 easy coins. 4 to 5 easy coins without losing any time between lake and wooded. So it's about 7 seconds from this cactus here. You add a minute and 7, not just 7 seconds, otherwise I would have world record for sand. It's a minute and 7 seconds roughly till you're in the kingdom. See, King of the East would tell me not to long jump there, but he's doesn't have a gun to my head, unfortunately. Buffer a spin throw called single throw notes. Nice. Not the worst stand in the world. Not the best, not the worst. You add about 25 seconds from globe to when you exit. So I globed at 9:52, so it's going to be about a 10:17 exit. Which, I mean, it's not the worst with no DSS. If I play this, if I keep running any percent, then I'm gonna definitely add DSF in. You know what I'm saying? Very low 217, so I'm slightly behind my comparison. But it's a 59:52. I can be 8-10 seconds behind them, so that was still possible, easily possible. That's just how SuperPants39 rolls. You know, they're pretty good at this stuff. And just smashing. The only part of late clip, the only part of late that's really hard is late clip, to be honest. I'm going to go into 4 rolls here. Buffer a spin pound. Throw my hat out because I'm going to do a vault off it. Watch this, guys. I'm going to do a vault off the cap. Spin pound, vault. Sometimes you can get 4 rolls there if the Goombas and all the patterns are good, but a bit more risky. That's a decent start. Late clip, it can be a little bit finicky. I think I had some struggles here. So that alignment's good. That's good. But I clip back in bounds, guys. I clip back in bounds. So I'm going to have to reset and restart late clip. There, I got it there. So not capturing off that wall out of bounds saves a little bit of time. Maybe 0.2. Get this moon. 117 grab is not great. That is just not a great late clip. So you can see right there, I grabbed the checkpoint and you get warp text for the first checkpoint you grab in this game when you open the map. You'll see later on in the game I'm going to still warp the checkpoints, but I'm going to get no warp text and I'm not going to lose 2 seconds. So, fish. You want to follow the light here in the background. That's the alignment to get this moon. Slightly turning my camera and just going to go straight down. Straight down. Downtown. So right here. This is where lake you can kind of relax, but you start preparing for wooded. Now this is a unique moon because it's one of the few moons you can turn your camera on in this game. Here, get 3 rolls, just going to long jump. And so many times there you can accidentally do another jump because you don't delay it enough to speak to the mermaid. Let's see here. I think I'm getting. That looks like it's going to be a 254 lake. Yeah, it's a 254. 1311 is. It's not great. It's not great. But still sub-arable. Let's see if it's sub-hours. You can see my best possible time is already quite away from my summer best segments. But I mean, I had a bad lake. I didn't do DSS. Not the best sand in the world, not the worst. Only one small mistake. But yeah. But to be honest, a good wooded can save any run. Even if I was 10 seconds slower than this, a good wooded saves any run. I promise you. I'm doing some rolls, getting the bunny. Mips from SM64. That's the first moon down and wooded. 2 moons very quickly, and I need 100 coins when I enter this shot. Let's see if I got 100. So I got 1 extra coin just in case. 102. We've been chilling. good. That's a good shot. 55 shot. 55 shots are always good. So I'm gonna go up here. I'm gonna turn my camera up slightly, reset camera here, and the uproot's gonna be spawning as I look at it. If you don't do that, then the uproot doesn't spawn. You can lose a second or two. So there is a faster strat that I didn't get where the uproot gets a little bit more of a boost, but only loses about half second, 0.3 maybe. So this is a big run killer here, nut clip. Let's see if I get it. And I do. I did the wee hoo. That's how you do nut clip. So I think that out of bounds is actually harder than nut clip itself. This is a pretty decent out of bounds. 147 moon tick. That's good. So up here, get a single jump. 3 medium jumps. Oh, I missed the rail. That's not too bad. It's a lot better to miss the rail than to get a ledge grab on the rail, because that can lose you a second or two. So bam, that's probably like a second and a half gone already. Just that little bit. Maybe a second. Second half's a bit long. Going to the roll, and here I'm gonna. Oh, I didn't get it again. My uproot boosts are really bad. It's not the worst thing in the world. A bonk is a lot worse. So here, gonna spin pound off that into a roll cancel, home my cat back, 2 quick dives, triple jump over the poison into a long jump, single jump, triple jump, slight vector to get a little bit more distance. Then I'm just gonna ground pound on this nut. That is some cool movement. That's fine. It's a bit better to get 2 rolls off there, but not the end of the world. That's called FRS because we skip the flower road skip. Up to this moon. The rest of wooded from here is a bit more easy. So there is a strat where you can roll cancel and bounce off Cappy, but it's hard. And it only saves time if you do it perfectly. There, I finally got the uproot boost. You see how much quicker I was with that uproot, guys? Gonna go here, gonna get the moon up at the top, and I'm just gonna dive out the tower, and only 3 more moons left of wooded. So here, I'm gonna spin pound off this, get a big vector to get as much distance as possible. And usually what happens if you land on a surface from a high distance, you get a stun animation, and you're stuck for about 2 seconds. But if you time your jump at the right time, there's a few frame window, then you can actually get a buffered jump and you can just jump straight off the floor. So entering floating pipes now. Fairly easy movement if you know what you're doing because it's cycle based, so you don't need to make like do it perfectly, you know. So yep, cycle's pretty free. And we are on to cloud. So that might be a high 503 or a low 504. I think it's 503. Looks like a 503 to me. So see, you get a bad lake, but a good wooded can fix any run. That's going to be an 1815. Yeah, that was a 503.92, I think. Or maybe a high 91. Cloud is fairly easy. You just need to get the fast hat cycles and you need to not die at the beginning. That's basically it. Okay, didn't die. Skipping the cutscene, rolling to Bowser. This is the first fast hat cycle. You just a long jump cat throw into it. It's really easy. So right here, you want to get him on that platform to make sure he's moving the least possible in the fight. so you don't lose time. And you want to backflip and cat throw at the right time to get sat here. Decent fast cycle. Lost a little bit of time on that dive because there's a strat where you just jump and you basically punch him in the face, but doesn't really lose that much. Cloud's pretty calm kingdom. It's very easy to lose 10 seconds though if you're not concentrating. But of course, SuperPants39 always concentrates. That's going to be 128. Any 128 is fine for me. I still haven't got a 127 Cloud somehow. So Lost, this is where a lot of runs can be killed. So many runs have died and lost recently. And just in general, because my whole Odyssey crew. Start with a spin pound. Go to here. Get a cap return jump, which gives you a little bit more height to get up to this platform. That movement right there is actually really odd. You can slightly go more to the right on the right platform, and it's actually a bit quicker, which I might add if I come back to the game. That's called triple jump butterfly. It's easier than it looks. It looks a lot harder. Right there, a lot of spin pounds can die. You can just get a dive if you don't buffer it properly. Go into here, just playing it super safe. I just want to get out of Lost with like a 210 or a 209 or something. Another cap return jump. If you turn the camera there the other direction, you don't actually have to wait for Mario to turn around. Into a long jump. Jump to that platform. I activate the trapeal because I'm going to use him to break the block in a sec, saving a little bit of time. You see he's already walking towards me. He's going to wait. He's going to break the block. I can get the moon. Easy peasy. I'm going to backflip, reset my camera, roll into the moon. Here's a really cool strat. It's called cage triple. Spin throw, triple jump off this tree, wait for that. As soon as you break the cage, I can roll straight into the moon. So it's looking like maybe a 209 loss. It's a decent loss for me. Maybe even 208 if I'm lucky. That's a solid no DSS run. This pace is literally carried by getting a good wooded. That's a 209. 2152, that's good for no DSS. If I got a better lake exit, I could be 8 seconds ahead of this without DSS, and I could be 18 ahead of this with DSS, which is insane. So this pace could literally be 21:34. Maybe in the future, who knows. So there's usually a lot of lag at the beginning of Night Metro. Don't know why. I think it's just the switch struggles. Okay, a little bit unoptimal movement there, but didn't die. That's all that matters. I'm going to roll 9 or 10 times here. Dive into the umbrella. Go up here. This is a 6 strat. Used to do this with King of the West back in the day. And I mean, I lost about a second there in total. Maybe second and a half. Slightly quicker to not do that second cap throw, but it's more consistent for me. Did 3 rolls there. Usually do 2, but I decided to go for 3 for once. Didn't mean to get a long jump there. I meant to get a not through a roll cancel, but a 108 tower entry is not bad. So this is cycle based. There is another strat where you can save out a second in this room, which I might add later on. Just a normal climb here. You just have to be really careful not to die, basically. That's what this room's about. Get the cycle, don't die, be fairly fast. And good. Wow, my frame rate on my face cam is so low, it's ridiculous. See, I've just got that checkpoint, and later on in the run, I'm gonna go back to that checkpoint and I'm gonna collect some more moons. Grab this guy. You really want to do it in 3 shots, but I did it in, what was that, 5, I think. I mean, there are ways where you can do that even slower and getting 4 shots, but That's only if your tank kind of locks into position. Sorry. So this is just waiting, and then I want to see if I can get an optimal wiggler pattern. So this is where a lot of runs can just completely die or lose so much time. So I want to fight. I only want to shoot 2 of these fireballs, and this is a very nice pattern, very clean. This is what saved this night metro. Otherwise, it would have been really slow. I think that's a 312. I'm going to grab this multi-moon, and I'm going to be leaving with a 2205, 2505. So right there, I meant to do a spin pound into a roll cancel, but I accidentally did my inputs a little bit too early, but it's fine. It doesn't really lose that much time. What is this? 25, 25, 2505. That's very good for no DSS. Could be even better, which is crazy. Could be 10, 15 better. Okay, another dram strat here. Throw the cappy out. Collect the moon. Let's see if I get it. Nice. Was a little bit dodgy, but we didn't talk about that. Got scooter. Right here, you can go for something called drive-by, which is you just fly right through, but I'm not very good at it. But I got quite a fast no drive-by there. I accidentally made a small mistake there. Here's another dram called pole dram. Just collect the moon, throw my cap out, then go straight to capturing the pole. Now it's bench friends. This guy's pretty lonely. He wants some friends. And in return, gives us a moon. I'm gonna slightly change the camera here, spin pound. Usually what you can do there is do a spin through a roll cancel, but the taxi was a little bit close to me. And from here you want to add about 3 minutes. So this pace is 29, 23 pace, roughly. But watch what happens here. Yes, gambling is now introduced into the speedrun. You have to get all 4 moons with a single spin throw. But I mess it up and I accidentally get the wrong slot. I do it again, but like this time I get the moon. And I was so close to resetting right here, but I decided not to. Another small mistake. This day metro is really bad. Another mistake. I'm literally raging so bad right now when I was doing this run. This is called bullet building. Again, it's kind of cycle based. You just basically have to go as fast as you can and not really slow down. But the movement isn't that hard. Right here, I almost died because I didn't spawn the bullet bill early enough. But I got lucky there and the bullet bill didn't crash, so I saved about half a second. See right there, no warp text because I got warp text earlier on in the run in lake. Here I'm just gonna go for a spin crown, a single jump. It's fine. The rest of the kingdom is pretty easy. So there's some cool movement here. 3 backflips and dives. And you're gonna climb up, tower climb, spawn the moon in, spin pound off the very top of the spall into the next moon. Click the hint art. Gonna roll off here, and as soon as I see where Mario's shadow is, I'm just gonna ground pound. Roll into here. People's room. Fairly easy. All you just have to do is roll to this first moon, and then dive onto the umbrella thing. It's not an umbrella. I don't know what it is. Played this game for so long, I don't even know what these things are. And that's done with Metro. That's pretty unfortunate day Metro. This run could have been like really good pace, but that day Metro was just dodge. That's a 428. Sorry, texting someone. 29.33, that's very sub-hour pace. Just whether you can convert it or not. So snow has a lot of places where the run can die. And it has a lot of invisible time save as well. And invisible time loss. At the beginning, it's so easy to lose, like 2-3 seconds without even realizing. That's fine, that's not losing too much. Just rolls off the hills. And I'm going to, unfortunately, break Toad's shelter. Speak to Toad. Take his moon. Take his power. Take his life. Take his wife. And then I'm just going to spin pound into Shiveria. That's a cool roll cancel. That's a decent start to. No. This is some. There's quite a lot of different movement patterns you can do there, but that's the most consistent for me. I mess up that roll cancel pretty bad. I lost about a second and a half, and I say, but it's not the end of the world. It's still okay pace. Spin down here. 4 rolls. You can do a snow clip and clip out of bounds and save about a second just going straight to the next room, but I choose to not do that because it loses about 0.3 to 0.5 if you miss it, and I'd rather just prevent the time loss rather than get the time saved, especially on pace. So that's some cool movement. The blow Joey blows you across the room when you spin pound. Gonna dive 3 rolls, 2 spin throws. There is a spiny manip you can get here, which saves about half a second, which causes the camera to pan a lot quicker. If one of the spiny stays alive and then you hit him off just before you get the moon, then that's most optimal, but I didn't get that. But that's just, it's not the end of the world. That's one of the time losses you're not really that bothered about. Because also, you don't really have to worry about the spiny if you do get spiny manip either. So Goomba Room, you can get really unlucky and one of the Goombas can just completely, it can just jump off the edge and kill itself. That's happened like a billion times to everyone, and it's the worst thing ever because it's RNG where these Goombas spawn. But fairly clean movement. I meant to get a roll and a long jump there, but I didn't. My angle was off. Should have got 2 rolls there, but input drop or I shook at the wrong time. So this is looking like it's 334 pace, 333. Jam's pretty slow. Could be like a 32 if I did settle this, or 31. I'm gonna social distance myself, but I also get a move at the same time. Right there, it's very easy to accidentally buy the triple life up heart, which loses literally 5 seconds easily. Pretty decent walk. And it's time for Snow Jam. This is basically majority of the kingdom where, I mean, hardest and easiest trick in the game. Again, it's called Snow Jam, but it's not really named. It's not really a jam strat. And that's a decent Snow Jam. That was pretty fast, and with a lot of more wiggle room to spare. 433. That's good, despite those mistakes entering Shiveria. Lost about 2-3 seconds total. 2-3 3 seconds. That's no. I mean, a low 33 is good. That was the 33.0. Is that a 33.0? Yeah, 33.09. That's good. It's good enough, I should say. Seaside, now there is a new strat in Seaside. Well, it's not really new, it's a few months old now. That where you can clip out of bounds getting a fish after you get a chest moon, and that saves about 6 seconds. But I still haven't got it in a run or an IL, I guess, where you just do a run of a kingdom. I've gotten it before quite a few times, but no. Small mistakes at the beginning of Seaside, but it's nothing to panic about. Just need, if I play the rest of Seaside good, then the run's definitely, well, this Seaside's definitely fine. No, there is a faster strat there. I probably should have roll boost there, but I didn't because I was nervous. Did a dive there to try to get a better angle than a spin pound, but it actually ended up losing me time. RCB, capture the fish. I mean, this is all okay. I mean, it's not that fast, but it's not really losing me that much time. Seaside is one of the kingdoms where it's easy to take for granted how easy it is. And you can actually end up losing time getting like a 320 or 319s, which I think I get 319 here, which is not the best. So this is the route you would take if you don't do fish dip, which is the clip. Up here, get this moon. That moon's sometimes can be a bit tricky to get if you don't do a shake to get it, but I end up getting it, so it's fine. Here you're gonna hit all 3 seaweed, and I lost a little. That was kind of slow. The seaweed, I lost about half a second, I reckon, 0.3 maybe. Now I'm gonna go for fish clip, where you put the fish at the very edge of the barrier, you swim away, capture the fish, and the current pushes you out of bounds. You can just go straight down and collect this moon here. And then after that, you can go into the Sphinx room and get this moon, where you normally have to speak to the Sphinx, but you can actually get it out of bounds. That's Seaside done. Looking like a mid 319, maybe high 319. And that was a 0.6, so mid-ish. Now luncheon, this is where so many runs have died. So many runs have been killed on luncheon. I've had a lot of trouble with triple jump off the salt at the beginning called salt triple. Here I was actually going for salt triple, but my hands were sweaty and I got a wrong angle on my analog stick, so I just went over there. I went to the left instead, salt triple, which it lost me about 2 seconds, but I'm kind of glad that actually happened because I've struggled with salt triple so much recently with nerves. It's more about if you just get like a 615 or lower, you're kind of fine here. 2 rolls. I'm going to fight Spewt here. I think this is the fourth boss fight. 1 in Cat, 1 in Cascade, 1 in Metro. Boss fight number 4 here. Really, it's probably the easiest boss fight out of all of them, to be honest. Yeah, definitely the easiest boss fight. And there, I went in first person mode, and you can see Mario spawned in the middle of the cutscene, which is, you go in first person mode at the right time, you can spawn Mario. Just going to do 2 rolls, get the moon. Now, the only scary parts coming up are kind of over the lava and maybe the ending. But the thing with Luncheon, some parts of Luncheon aren't that hard, but it just can be really finicky. Like this room, you can accidentally take damage so easily if you get an input drop or mistime your inputs. I find this spin pattern really easy to miss, so I just make sure I spend a little bit more time on it. I'm going to backflip, do 2 quick jumps so I get a cat return jump. Come up here. I'm trying to play like fairly safe here. Like I'm just really concentrating on my inputs. This spin pound, I think I get the angle wrong here. Yeah, I get the angle a little bit wrong, so I have to cat throw. You don't really want to cat throw there. There's so many little finicky movements which can kill your run. Going here, going to get the turnip, put it in the soup. Going to go out and get this pillar moon here. And then from now, you basically can't lose time until you get the next moon. Otherwise, you're going to lose 5 seconds. Right here, you want to roll a little bit. Here's another dram strat. Technically another dram. But that's very easy to mess up. And then Forks room. I think I do end up, I mess up a little bit there, but it's not too bad. You turn your camera up at the beginning of that room there to spawn the little blue movie thing. So you can throw your cap at that and then save a little bit of time. Get a cat return jump. You can do a roll boost off that railing, but I always get scared, so I don't do it. Gonna spin pound here and just leave the room. 344 exit is not bad. That's like 615 pace. Gonna get this guy. Go up here. There's a few different ways you can do this movement. I just choose spin pound off there. Then right now, there are a few run killers. So there I almost fell in the poison, or the lava I should say. Cheese. Now cheese can literally kill runs, depending on what happens. That wasn't the worst cheese in the world. It can be a lot faster, but sometimes you can think that you get the lever and you accidentally capture the whatever his name is, the hammer throw guy, and then you can accidentally kill him as well, and you have to go back and wait for him to respawn. That's basically a run dead. Really easy to kill him. Really easy to kill and run. From now, there's only one more potential run killer in Luncheon, which every single person in the world has killed multiple runs here. Not this bit. This bit's easy. You just set up the vault. Set up the vault into a triple jump. You go up here. You kind of don't know where you're going, and if you don't get that ground pound right, your run's done. And right here, you can dive over the platform. I chose to do a safer option and go for a triple jump there. What you can do is you can, off the little ledge, you can jump off that and then save like half a second or whatever. But I choose to just lose a second or so, just to make sure my run doesn't die. And I think that's a 6:15. So we're not fighting the bird, we're just taking his moons. Sorry, bird. Not a problem. Speed run. And right here, this is where the nerves really settle in. Now that you got our luncheon, you're like, oh damn, I'm actually gonna run. Oh Jesus. Forty-three, 41. I think that's the best exit maybe. You can see I'm 10 seconds ahead of TMV. But also 10 seconds behind Uni. So Uni had an insane run up to this. But It looks like Savao should be free, but it's not. Basically because of nerves. So I actually had a run where I actually died to the ruined dragon, and that was heartbreaking. Get the toad hint art. So here, ruined is another one of the kingdoms where you can lose. You can actually gain or lose a little bit more time than you think you can. So never underestimate the time saving ruined. It can literally save runs sometimes, for me at least. Just that extra 1 or 2 seconds can really help. But also losing those extra 1 or 2 seconds can make runs so much harder, especially with nerves. Because those 1 2 seconds you lose, like that's not really 1 2 seconds. It's really like 4 or 5 because of nerves. So here, last phase. I think I get a good last phase here. That was a clean last phase. That's like a 316, which not bad for me. I should be getting 316s minimum or maximum, kind of. That's how you say it, I guess. So there's a few different rooms there. You can do a triple jump or you can do a jump cap throw. Jump cap throw is the quickest if you jump early enough. I'm pretty sure it's quickest, but it's kind of safer to just wait 0.2, 0.3 seconds, then jump. As soon as you see the camera start moving, that's when I start jumping. Otherwise, it's too nerve-wracking. And this is where the nerves really settle in. My heart rate was sky high right now. So I think I need about 1302 PM, Bowser's Moon. 1301 to Savannah. It says I'm +1 here, but I'm +1 on a 59.52. My PB wasn't 1 hour. 1:00. So I'm not really +1 on PB. I'm actually minus. I don't know why I'm -1 or something. But my personal best back then had a really bad Bowser's Moon. Or had a really bad Bowser's, I should say. So right now my whole body's literally shaking because I know this is a good chance. Going to the long jump. Here's a cool strat. You spin pound, you activate him, and then you smash his head. So now we're coming up to shards. Shards is a big run killer. Big run killer. I don't go for the fastest shards called new shards. I just go for old shards, which loses about 2 seconds, but a lot safer for me. Right there, I'm just doing 2 roll boosts and a long jump because I'm nervous. I never usually do that. I go through a much more complicated strat. I just don't want to bonk. That's first shard. Here, you throw your cap out, you dive, you grab that shard. That's the one. That's probably the hardest shard out of all of them. Maybe this one. Sorry, not that one. This one maybe. That's the first or second hardest, and the last one's true. You just have to. So right now, you see, I'm keeping my camera looking at the wall because that spawns the moon in actually a little bit quicker, or the cutscene after the moon a bit quicker. So that's not bad. 208 shards that's good for me in runs. Bowser Dram. We're coming up to Bowser Dram. When I was going for 100, this killed, I'm not kidding you, 10 runs minimum. Because I was so nervous, my hands would shake and I can't get the inputs right. But I just managed to get it there. Then right here, I look at my my analog stick. I line it with the up button on my D-pad to get the insta dive out of the wire. Right here, King of the West would be telling me to shake my controller, but I was too nervous. I had to conserve my energy. The topper, he's fairly easy. Fairly easy, like if you're not nervous, but everything's hard when you're nervous. But I just need to get this bit, and I know I'm good. Then just stamp on his head. Easy, easy, easy. Now I'm going up to Harriet, and lost a little bit of time there, but it's not too bad. So there's different ways you can do this. You go into first person mode, you stand in specific spots, and you align your camera with certain ways. So right here, I'm going to align where it says the right stick. I line it with a part on the floor. Then after Harriet hops 3 times, I throw my cap out and I start diving towards her to save as much time as possible. Right here, I'm just going to wait for 1 hop. I line, look, 1 hop, throw a cap out, dive twice, and that's a high 313. But sorry, high 413. Which this is a good bunnies for me on pace. I've gotten so much worse bunnies on pace, but this is plenty good enough. That's a 413. That's a 413.99. Mech is as hard, if not harder, than bunnies, because on pace it's so hard to control your fingers for the mech fight. So right here, just gonna jump here, hold against these boxes and just spam Y until I can get through. Don't even think about it. Here, this is coming up to blind jump again. Killed 4 or 5 runs when I was going for 100, but I've learned how to get it every single time now. I kind of almost let go of all inputs after I dive, and then I press recenter the camera. Flick my way up to the boss fight. So nervous here. Sorry. Bowser's. This is where the nerves really get in. Right there, I just got an input drop. Run would have been dead. Completely dead if I didn't react quick enough. With those 0.5 seconds I had to react. Get topper. These are the easy parts. The kind of easy parts are done. The second hardest bit's done. Harriet's the easiest to defeat. I'm gonna wait. Harriet's, and right now, target acquired. You just have to go as fast as you can. You get a one tiny little input drop, fast as you can. Spin pound, bam, we're into moon. Also, I realized earlier in the run when I said Spirit was the fourth boss fight, I think it was actually 5th. We got Cap, Cascade, Cloud, Wiggler, Spirit. It's actually 5th. Right here, as soon as the moon comes off screen, you can spin pound. And that's a 325. Which, again, this Bowser's is so good for me when under pressure. I never ever get a good Bowser under pressure. Ever in my life have I gotten a good Bowser's. But you have to wait and see for Moon. Still so many ways the run can die in Moon. Die to pillars, die to boss fight, Moon skip. If you somehow get a really bad surface. So I'm just going to spin through roll cancel into this globe. Now, as I globe here, I put my controller down. My whole body is completely shaking. Like my hands are shaking to death. I tested my heart rate. It was at like 140 going into moon because this was my 15th, kind of 16th chance getting to get Savara. But I had a huge chance there. Like I literally needed a 522 moon sub-hour. And I know this run I could 59 4x this run, but I really don't care about that. I just want to get sub-hour. I don't care how bad moon is. As long as the time says 59:59 at the end, I don't care. So just mashing. This is the easy part of the kingdom. Now time for moon surface. Gonna roll 4 times. I think actually when this was happening, my head, my eyesight, vision kind of started going a bit dizzy. Like I was so nervous. Right here, I could barely shake the controller. My hands were like they almost went stiff sometimes. They were shaking, but also went stiff. So I need to get this flower, get the next flower. I thought I wasn't going to get the flower in that run. I did. Okay, first potential death of the run. Right here, just going to cap throw. This bit's easy. Am I going to get the second wall jump? I do. I wall slid for so long. Right, usually I would dive, but I was so nervous I just went through a roll there. So that's already like 4 seconds off gold, 4 or 5 seconds off gold. Probably about 4 seconds. So at best I can 511. But let's see what happens here. So get this strat. I'm slightly far away from Bowser, and I just miss it. And this is my heart sunk at this point because I thought it was dead. I thought it was dead. So but now I'm trying to calm myself down and just say, look, play as fast as you can from now on. Don't think about the time. Don't think it's dead. If you think it's dead, then it's 100% dead. At least give yourself the best chance to survive. I grab this heart just in case something awful happens. Get this Bowser, get the fast hat strats. Basically, right now I just need to not mess up the fights, and I need to get good pillars, good escape. So I'm trying to manip Bowser so his fire cycle doesn't last as long. I don't think I actually got it. I think I lost about a second here, maybe. Or maybe not. I don't know 100% how it works. So right here, damage boost. This is why I got the extra heart earlier, because otherwise I would have been on 1 health going into this. And if I mistime one little swipe or anything, then I'm dead. Okay, just roll as hard as you can. I'm looking at the time and I know I need from now on I need like 211. Not 211 escape, I need like a 202 escape, which is kind of easy, kind of comfortable, but it depends so much on the pace and how nervous you are. 202 escape still. So I'm just firing fireballs to try clear the escape path. Break this rock. I should have moved over a little bit more to the left, so I would have saved a bit more time. 2D section. This is I've killed quite a few runs here as well. My 100 flat killed Savannah on this section. That's a nice 2D skip. That's a fast 2D skip. Right here, so many times I've accidentally had to do another jump where I like bang my head against the 2D bit and I lose like 2 seconds. So right now my run, I'm literally shaking the controller as hard as I can and just holding forward. And then here I'm just mashing Y and X and I needed 56 pillars to sub hour. 56 is kind of easy, but when your hands are shaking, it's not. It's hard. So I think I get a good first pillar. First pillar is the hardest. I get all 5, and I'm like, okay. My last 2 runs into Moon, I both died because I thought first pillar I didn't get all 5 shots. So I shot an extra one, but I shot an extra one instead. Right there, I thought it was done. I thought that killed Sabao. But yeah, I just trusted myself, like, go 5 shots and just run. Right here, I'm moving the camera to see. Then I get to the rock and I'm mashing as hard as I physically can. And I'm not checking the time. I don't want to see the time. I'm just mashing as hard as I can. I jump into the wire. I check. I see what time I get. I'm waiting. I did it. 59:59. I beat the game in under an hour. I did it. I beat the game in under an hour. It was retimed to a 59:58.633. This was one of the best feelings I've ever had in my life. It was nice to get a retime to a 59:58. But I'm free. I'm free, guys. SuperPants39 is free. Never have to play this game ever again. This journey's been insane. I started with King of the West in the top room where we did the last Bunkbed Bros podcast live. Started there. I started on tabletop mode. He went on the TV. Got a 4-hour, 5-hour run. Just kept doing some runs, just for fun. I did not mean to get this good at this game, but I just kept playing for fun. King of the West came around to my house. I was like, yo, King of the West. He was like, yeah, SuperPants. And I was like, how much you want about I can sub 130? He was like, you can't sub 130. I was like, I can. Watch me. Got a 128. Then I did another run, got a 127. And then we were talking about, like, what's the sickest things we could, like, sickest times we can get. And eventually he started coming around and I was getting like 122s, 121s. And then I got an insane run. I got a 118. And then my 118, we were like, oh my God, like imagine a 113, just the sound of that sounds insane, like 112. Oh my God, 112 sounds crazy. And then from after 112, see, I'm changing to my PB here, 59:59, retime to 58. But I did it, beat the game in less than an hour. Finally got sub hour. Yeah. Anyways, I got down to a 110 on my own. I decided I didn't really want to play anymore. A few months later, I was like, you know, a 108 sounds pretty cool. I'm going to try for a 108. Got a 108. That was one of my best runs I've ever had. Got a 107 in that summer of 2019, and I couldn't PB for ages after that. After that 107, I was like, I'm going to get 106, and then I'm done. I'm 100% done. I got a 105 after my 106, and I was like, 1,000,000,000% I'm done, because that was like a minute off. That was like a minute past my PB. And I told myself I was going to stop at 105 because I heard some top runners like Chaos Pringle say that you're a good runner if you're 105. So I just wanted like the top speed runners to acknowledge that I'm a good runner. But then I heard Tyrant18 say you're only really good if you have like a 103. And I was like, damn, I need to get a 103. I got a 103 and I was like, okay, I'm done. I don't really want to play anymore. I got a 103 and I thought I was ahead of Fearsome Fire, but turns out I wasn't actually ahead of Fearsome. He had a 103.27, I had a 103.28, and someone told me that, like, okay, you know you're not actually ahead of Fearsome Fire, right? And I was like, what? Yeah, I am. I was like, no, you're not. I was like, you serious? He was like, yeah. I was like, okay, well, I got to keep doing runs till I beat Fearsome Fire. So shout out to Fearsome Fire. And then from that run, I got a 102.59. And then lockdown hit, and I was like, I might as well keep playing. And I got a 102.19, literally took 40 seconds off my PB. I was like, oh, damn. Like, maybe I should just kind of continue this. And then I heard Tyrant say, like, for all the runners, you understand how hard luncheon and post game is, not post game, late game, and you understand what it's like resetting. And then I asked Tyrone, I was like, what kind of level do you need to be to understand that? And he was like, oh, you need to, for all the 101 and lower runners, neither 102. And I was like, the Tyrone doesn't even think I'm good. So I had to get a 101. I got a 101, and then I was done. I was like, nope, I'm not playing anymore. Literally didn't PB for 6 months. I got a capture card eventually, because I was like, you know what, I might as well stream my runs. I was getting paces like -30, -45 going into Bowser's, but I choked all of those. It took me so long to get 100. I did eventually get 100. It was a 100.54. After 100.54, I took a bit of a break. I did some other categories. Then I got a 100.4x, and then I made a comparison. It was a 100.36 comparison, and it was called good, and I was like, well, I kind of have to beat my good comparison, otherwise, how am I good? So I beat my good comparison, and then I made a new comparison, and it was a 100.20 comparison. I was like, okay, well, I kind of have to beat this comparison, and then I was like, I did beat it eventually, but after I got a 100.23 in summer of last year, and then I couldn't play for a bit over summer. And I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna go for it. I'm just gonna add DSS. I'm gonna get this sub-hour. But then I got a 100.11. That was my first sub-hour choke. A few weeks later, I got a 100.04. That was a choke in Moon. So I could have sub-hour like 4 months ago. Then I got a 100.00. That was a choke in Moon again, and a mech choke. And then that's where the huge mental block came in. I choked 15 more runs in Bowser's Moon from that, but I didn't stop. I just kept going until I finally got the 59. 59.58. SuperPants39's got a 59.58. Okay, guys. That was my sub-hour walkthrough. That's my analysis. I hope you enjoy. Subscribe for more podcasts. Subscribe for more videos. Subscribe for SuperPants39. Subscribe for King of the West. Gonna bring back Cooking with the King. Gonna bring back some mobile gameplay, some iOS. You know, all that good stuff. All the stuff that all you 300, 400 of you lot subscribe for. Gonna do some more animations, puppet shows. We'll be back. Don't worry, guys. All right, SuperPants39's out. See you guys later in the next one.